can you separate those individual cells? And yes, you can. And there are many different ways to do this. Now, let's look at this cross section again. When those objects are not too strongly connected, you can apply open operation to separate them. But in this particular case, this cell and this cell, for example, they're pretty well connected. There are multiple pixels or voxels that are connecting those two objects. And when this happens, simple open operation is not going to separate them. And there are a couple other ways to separate them. And I would like to show you an example of the software Avia from Deer Vision does this object separation. And I would like to use Avia as an example here because the way this program does it is a little less of a black box way. You can kind of see how the program is doing this object separation. So let's see how this goes. And understand this process, you need to know two different image processing operations. The first one is distance transform. Distance transform is applied to a binary image like this one. So this one looks like two cells connected. And what you do is to assign a number to this pixel, for example, as a distance between that pixel to the closest borderline. If you look at this pixel, you're going to get a small number because it's close to the borderline. This pixel would get a large number because it's farther away from the borderline. And if you do this for the entire image, you will have this. And this is the distance transform of the original binary image. Now we can look at this image as kind of two wells and apply another operation called watershed. Watershed operation essentially places a water source at the bottom of the well. And you start filling up those wells. And you keep going until they almost flood. And when you get to this point, you can see where the two water sources, the orange one and blue one, meet and draw a line there. And this is how you can figure out where those two connecting wells or cells should be separated. So let's go back to the original image. So this is already segmented into the polymer and the air. And you have two phases. So this is essentially a binary image. So you can apply distance transform and watershed to separate those individual cells.